My new hobby is being gaslit by a rectangle into thinking I've missed deadlines I never agreed to. I open an app for 2 minutes and somehow see a CEO at 22, an 18-year-old making $3 million off YouTube, someone buying a house, someone having a baby, someone moving to the countryside, someone becoming very hot, someone becoming very calm, and one woman in a linen apron standing in a kitchen making molecules from scratch. And then I look at my own life, which was fine. I was drinking coffee, I was liking it, no issue. Then suddenly my whole body is like, wait, are we late? Late to what? Nobody knows. Nobody sent me the calendar invite, but my body received the email, and now I feel like shit. Am I allowed to drink coffee when everyone else is better than me? The funny part is that I don't even want most of these lives. Yeah, maybe I want the image, the fantasy, the mood for sure. I want that feeling that I have chosen and achieved the correct life for me. And I am now forevermore safe from regret, which by the way is not a real human condition. For a good chunk of my younger adult life, I was obsessed with the tradwife lifestyle, like fully. I learned to cook from scratch. I watched all the videos of growing strawberries and milking cows. I wanted babies, countryside, gardens, bread, soft floaty dresses, quitting my job, baking pies all day. Which is very funny information because even then, I was a person who liked absolute convenience, 24/7 16-degree aircon, having my own money and being able to order fries at 10 p.m. There was no logistical plan, only vibes. Just me, my hypothetical children, and a pie cooling by a very aesthetic windowsill. I do not know whose windowsill, I live in Singapore. But the image felt so clean and so desirable. The kitchen, the babies, the bread, the permission to leave the whole achievement machine and live my best soft life in a socially approved way. I realized that this is a lot to ask from pastry, but the internet is very good at showing us a life with all the boring parts removed, than just leaving the rest unshown. We don't get to see money anxiety or repetitive chores or boredom, or someone having an identity crisis next to a sourdough starter. We just see warm light on a kitchen counter and we think, there, that's the answer. Then 10 seconds later, the feed gives you the opposite answer. A woman running a company, a founder younger than you, someone talking about the 6 figures she just invested in the latest trending stock who, by the way, just turned 19 years old, and how she built her dream life by just never giving up, you know. And that works too. And then suddenly the pie life looks like avoidance. Softness looks like giving up. This is where the internet really becomes a trap if you're ambitious. If any part of you wants more, the feed can always find someone more intense than you, younger than you, richer, calmer, hotter, more healed, more free, more secure, more able to speak on a podcast without wondering if she sounded super annoying or whiny. So even though I know myself better now, the question still gets in. When I was younger, the question was, should I become that? Am I being discerning or am I scared? Am I protecting my peace or avoiding the next level? Am I calling my limits wisdom because it sounds nicer? And I know the standard answer is you're not behind, which is nice. And I have probably liked that post on socials. But part of me is also like, okay, thank you, but I also have eyes. Some people did start earlier. Some people did take bigger risks. Some people are doing the things I want to do. I don't want to lull myself into passivity, but I also don't want to turn every impressive person into a weapon and hit myself over the head with it every morning. That's the line I'm trying to find. Maybe it's about looking at someone else's life and asking, is there something here for me? And sometimes the answer is no. That just looked beautiful for 7 seconds and my brain got confused. And other times the answer is, yes, I want the actual daily version of this thing, where nobody is filming, the sink is full, and the emails still exist. So I'm trying to ask better questions. Do I want the countryside or do I want to feel less overstimulated? Do I want the title or do I want proof that I'm not wasting my potential? Do I want the baby or do I want the softness and certainty I'm projecting onto motherhood? Do I want the body or do I want to feel safe being seen? Do I want the promotion or do I want someone to finally recognize me properly? Maybe the real fantasy is that one day I'll stop having these questions. But until then, maybe I am behind on some things. Maybe I'm early for others. Maybe some things were never mine. And maybe some things only look like mine because the light was good. Okay, bye.